Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another Mortal Kombat video, with everything Mortal Kombat 12 related still kind of being as cryptic, as barren as my hopes and dreams. Today, I'm actually very excited to bring our first somewhat official new tease that has come out of the studio, as Nether Realm has been unbelievably tight-lipped about their next big installment in the franchise. As, well, it wasn't even Ed that really dropped the news for Mortal Kombat 12's release window. So, with that said, what was the tease? What was it all about? And what exactly does it foreshadow? Well, if you have at all been paying close attention to the Nether Realm Twitter account, you would know that the studio has been celebrating the last 30 years of Mortal Kombat as a franchise since early October, with the Twitter account of Mortal Kombat celebrating each and every installment up until last month, where we did naturally expect to learn some news. However, that wasn't meant to be up until today, when NetherRealm as a team dropped a video thanking their fans for their prolonged support and love of the franchise. But of course, the most important part of this video came at the very end. So, for those who haven't seen it, we'll give it a quick watch here and then break it down. Now of course, in typical Mortal Kombat fashion, this is a very brief tease that raises way more questions than it does answers. Thus, let's actually now talk about this in depth and theorize what could this all symbolically mean for the series. And of course, please do remember, currently this is all a theory, as NRS are yet to confirm or disclose anything that happened at the end of Aftermath. So I could 1,000,000% be overlooking things here and overanalyzing, so please do keep that in mind. Anywho, let's begin. First things first, the scene starts off with a pyramid of sand, with the grains stacking upon each other, to which the shot then pans upwards, as we see a slow drizzle of the remaining grains coming down from what looks to be the inside of an hourglass. Of course, this is all in reference to that of the last game with Kronikas' hourglass. The reason why this is so significant is because it's basically the main centerpiece of the series moving forward, as whoever wields the hourglass of time can forge in a completely new and different reality. And with Kronika having fallen, being defeated by the Shaolin prodigy, Liu Kang, it was always kind of a given that a new status quo was coming. The thing is that the ending is so open that we have no idea of what truly comes next. But it would seem that even in her loss, the hourglass is still very much so integral to the series moving forward. Now, as this snippet continues on, we begin to see the sands of time eventually run out, which symbolically could really mean a number of different things narratively for the Mortal Kombat universe. First and foremost is that we're running out of time. As to what though, I'll touch on that in the next sequence. Alternatively, this could mean an apocalyptic event that maybe Shang's words actually held an inkling of truth to them when the Shaolin began to weave in a new era. Because, let's face it, there is still a greater lure of mystery that surrounds the Titans, let alone the tools and weapons they did craft. Of course, now we are at the most important sequence, where the hourglass has run out, and we begin to focus in on a singular grain of sand, with it then exploding. Now, what exactly could this mean? Well, if we look at the grain, upon its explosion, from its residue, we see a variety of colors spring forth with a number of different particle effects, indicating that maybe something has broken free, or that this is a universe. Now, if this is at all relevant to what I said about running out of time, this could indeed basically represent the death of a universe, because it does distinctly look like one. Now, the reason why this whole idea kind of works, plus it kind of makes things interesting is that if you think about it, every grain of sand here could represent a different universe and a different timeline, which we do know does actually exist here, as we see it in Raiden's chapter where he battles Liu Kang. And hell, even Aftermath itself is built on the broken foundation of a splintered thread in the original timeline. And of course, with a large expansive canon of the series, through novels, comics, and spin-off movies, this isn't really anything new. It was just more or less alternative canons were just more or less solidified for Mortal Kombat 11. But of course, if this is symbolic or has any relevance to the main story, it could all mean that there may be a multiversal threat to the Mortal Kombat franchise. Possibly one strong enough to kill entire timelines and worlds. If this so is true, what contenders could possibly fill this role? Well, there's actually 5. The first could be a very new, unseen threat that is added to the canon, so it would be one specifically made and tailored to this game. The second is the long prophesized and foreshadowed one being. Whilst we've never really seen him in game, we have gotten an idea of what he's capable of from the Battle of the Realms movie, where every world and realm is blended together, with him warping reality beyond recognition. Now, this of course could translate very different in game, but again, these are all assumptions on my end, with the narrative being open enough that this character could be designed in a completely different manner. The third option is of course the Titans, and I could actually see this very well being the case, whilst extremely controversial due to how exactly they kind of fit into the cosmic hierarchy of it all. It can't be denied that there's a form of intrigue that does surround them because of the sheer lack of narrative information surrounding them. But with arcade ladder endings, kind of foreshadowing stuff we sometimes see in later games, maybe the downfall of Kronika could have gained the interest of other titans, because unlike the Elder Gods, who are typically associated with the elements, it looks like titans could be more so tied to the laws of reality. Thus, a mortal like Liu Kang, having obtained such a powerful weapon, could be seen by them as alarming, and a course that needs to be corrected. Our fourth option, and what I will say is probably the most likely one, is actually Shang's ending, the one that I find to be the most interesting, because it actually makes a lot of sense if you really think about it. Because upon becoming Keeper of the Hourglass, Shang is able to become cosmically aware of not just the past and the present, but the possible futures that run alongside his. So when he says, "It has begun," it may actually be in reference to eliminating every single possible reality that could pose a threat to him. So in a way, that could mean that all 3 endings we do see in Mortal Kombat 11 are actually canon, and we could see them all play out in different ways, with Shang Tsung being the prime antagonist here. Now, is this idea a bit of a stretch? Absolutely, I'd definitely say so. But with multiverses kind of being the main popular thing with cinematic universes like DC and Marvel, this isn't really a concept that people don't understand anymore. And if there's something we've definitely learnt that NetherRealm do, it's that they like to follow trends, with MK9 having been made during the era where every movie was getting a reboot, and MK11 kind of being a requel. I'd say that an idea like this is 100% on the table. Now, the final idea here, and this is how fucking meta things are getting, is that Ed is mocking us all of what I typically say with taking things with a grain of salt. This feels like a personal attack. But with that said, everyone, what are your current thoughts on this teaser? Do you think this is actually an official tease or foreshadowing of things to come? Please do comments down below. And of course, which of these options do you think are possible for Mortal Kombat 12? Please do comments down below, because Honestly, there's a variety of different ideas and options that could come out of this. Or this could have just been nothing at all. We have to wait and see. But for now, everyone, that has been it for me. So as always, stay strong, stay well, and keep on fighting as we all eagerly await for that Mortal Kombat 12 trailer. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all soon.